lot of people a lot of money if they watch that part of the video. This flip is going to allow me to purchase my Lambo. Ooh, see, this is what I'm saying. But that's real estate. All of this stuff started in 2019.
Yeah, not that long ago.
Not that long ago. What's up, guys? Welcome this morning to Chess Homes, where I help you to elevate through real estate. And today I'm here at my flipped house. We're going to be taking you through the entire flip, the entire process. I've got contractors here. I've got my videographer here. We're just going to walk you through the entire flip process so that if you guys want to begin flipping houses, you have all the information and all the knowledge that you need to learn how to flip a house. All right, so I'm gonna start on the porch right here. So with the porch, what we did was we basically just repainted all of the trim that you see around the whole porch. It just got repainted, just a basic white. With this particular flip, I kept everything pretty neutral because I wanted a quick sale. I wasn't trying to make it all glamorous like I've done with some flips in the past. This house didn't need a whole lot of work, so we actually got it done pretty quickly. Again, got everything painted white here. Stained the floors. We basically just stained the front porch in a brown, like a walnut brown. A nice little addition to this house is this swing right here. This porch swing, just got them to paint that white and replace it as well. And in staging, what we'll do is we'll put a piece of cushion over it, and that'll make it look a lot better for potential buyers. So the main thing you want to deal with when you're flipping houses is the curb appeal. As soon as they pull up to the house, you want to make it look absolutely beautiful and attracting, because that a lot of times is what, when people see the outside of the house, they judge what the inside is going to be like by just simply looking at the outside. One of the things I did not have to do, I was happy about, was I didn't have to replace these windows. The windows are fairly new in the house when I bought it. I bought this house in 2018 and had tenants in it ever since then, and just decided to flip it here in 2023. So the windows were already new, but all of this trim was ugly brown looking trim, so I got them to paint all of that white. The shutters on the house were red originally, and I simply got them to paint it white. So everything you see now is white. Now, the only place that I cut corners on this house was painting the actual house. I didn't think it needed to be painted in order to get the resale value that I'm looking for. So, and actually the yellow is not that bad, all right? It doesn't look too bad. Could use a fresh coat of paint, and if I did that, I'd probably go with some type of neutral gray or something. But I decided to leave this yellow just because it looks good and it doesn't need to be done, all right? One of the things I will be doing very soon here today is replacing this light fixture right here. So you want to make everything look as new as possible, and everything look like it was touched or it was replaced or added new. So I'm going to be putting a new light fixture in here along with the new deck paint, along with the trim, everything painted white. And also, one of the things I'll be doing is putting up new ceiling fans out here. Yeah, this deck has 2 ceiling fans, so I'm going to be putting up the ceiling fans out there. But without further ado, let's go inside of the house. Here we go. Inside of the house, I decided to paint the house what we call Whirly Gray. Whirly Gray is like a new color that people have been using since maybe 2021, 22, 23. That's been the color that a lot of contractors are using. It's a nice neutral tone, a nice neutral color. Kind of matches with everything, and that's one of the things you want to think about when you're flipping houses, is what's going to be the decor of the person that's buying the house. So your grays, your whites, sometimes your browns sort of match everything, colors that go with everything. So you want to stay very, very neutral when you're choosing paint colors and things like that. So I went with a Whirly Gray, and I know it works because I was able to sell a whole lot of houses using this exact same color. All right, so you'll notice this house has a 2-tone. It's got the Whirly Gray up top, white at the bottom. And so I decided to go with the white. This was originally yellow, and everything you see in this house was originally yellow. So it was just a dark color. This house was built in 1978. So everything was just sort of that yellowish, dark yellow tones, and just didn't look good. So I wanted to make sure that I brought a new modern look to it by going with our Whirly Gray and our whites, all right? Moving over to fireplace, my contractors did an amazing job getting this fireplace painted. It was yellow as well, and they got that painted white. So it just went with very, very neutral color. One of the things I love about this house is the kitchen, all right? And I walk into the kitchen. As you can see, my contractors are now installing the dishwashers. They're installing the stove. They're going to be putting the range hood in. And one of the great things about this house was the granite countertops that you see here. They were already in and they were already done, so I didn't have to replace that when I purchased the house. And that's some of the things you want to look for, is what's already updated that you might not have to spend money on a little bit later, should you decide to flip it and sell it like I'm doing this one here, or like we're doing this one here. So look, one of the things, my wife has been getting on me a lot about saying I and me, all right, when it's actually us, although she's not here. But it's all good, honey. You know, I love you to death. It's a we thing, and you'll probably be here in a few minutes actually anyway. All right, so we, and when I say we, I mean me and my family have actually decided to get this house flipped, including my daughter. Big ups to you too for your role and what you're doing in this too. We did replace the sink and put in a new sink, and we just put in the stove, and it looks absolutely amazing. So the stove is a mixture of stainless steel and black, and I went with the black dishwasher to accommodate it, and a black hood range. And I just think the offsets of the black mixed in with the white, you simply cannot go wrong with standard black and white. And if your buyers want to change anything or change colors, they can always go with full stainless steel. What's this one, guys? Let's see. It's supposed to come with the carpet this morning. No. It started off with me watching Will's videos and watching his content, and a lot of other people. I was watching Grant Cardone. I was watching Ben Muller. I got a chance to go meet Ben Muller and talk with him. And you know, all of these guys were pretty much flipping houses, with the exception of Grant. He wasn't flipping. But it was who was it? Morrison. I forgot his last name. But anyway, I kind of honed in on Will's videos and content the most, because Will was doing what I like to do in terms of driving the Lamborghinis and the exotic cars. I mean, I remember when Will got his first Lamborghini Gallardo. It was like a 2006. He paid, I want to say like 106 for it or something like that, or maybe probably under 100,000. And he did a video on getting the Lamborghini and how he got it and all this kind of stuff. And he was talking about real estate. And talking about flipping houses and investing in real estate. And like, I was watching Will Motivation when he was Will Moss. Like, his real name is Will Moss. I hope you don't mind me telling this information, but I'm just dating how far I go back watching Will Motivation, and now to be doing the same type things that he did and driving the same cars that he's driving now. It's just unbelievable, you know. But it's just you know, following people's process. You don't have to recreate the wheel. You can just watch what other people did, and then I'll give you my whole process, since we got a little bit of time and riding together.
Real quick, this is a great area.
Oh, that's what I'm saying, dude. Yeah. I'm right here. We're right here in downtown. You should catch some of these buildings and stuff.
Yeah.
Right here in downtown, people would love to be right there in that house.
And they just built all this up too.
All of this is brand new. That's brand new. All of this stuff is fairly new. They have events here in downtown Duluth all the time. And so, yeah, look at that. Oh, that's a beautiful shot. But no, what I was saying about following Will, you know, I was just watching him flip houses. He kind of turned me on to the hard money lenders. And what a hard money lender does is, now you have to qualify. You have to have credit scores. Back then in 2019, they were like credit scores around 620, somewhere around in there. Not really that high, but you would have to qualify just like you qualify for a regular loan. And so, but it wasn't a regular loan because it doesn't go on your credit. It goes on your business credit. So just like you just started your business,
Yeah.
you could go right now and get a hard money loan to flip a house. So you're on the right track to do, you know, pretty much what you see me doing right here.
So what exactly is a hard money loan?
All right, so a hard money loan is different than your conventional loans from like Bank of America, Wells Fargo, places like that. Your hard money lenders will give you the money to buy the house, just like a regular bank will, but they'll also give you the money to fix up a house. In most cases, a regular bank won't give you the funds to fix up the house unless you're doing like I think it's a 503B loan or something like that. There's different loans that do that kind of stuff from FHA, but hard money lenders know that you're buying a house as an investment to fix it up, flip it, and then resell it. So what they'll do is they'll give you the money to buy the house, they'll give you the money to fix up the house. You have to come up with a down payment. Most of the time it's between 20 and 25%. Okay, so let's say you find a house for $100,000, all right? Hard money lender is gonna require you to put up about $25,000 on that loan, all right? And then there is what we call the renovation budget. So again, they give you the money to buy the house, but they also, you know, give you the renovation budget to fix up the house. And let's say your renovation budget is $30,000, just like the house I'm doing right now, right? They'll give you the $30,000, but it's a very tricky way that they do it. They ask you to put up the original money to get your contractor started, right? And you'll put up the original money. So let's just say, I'm gonna kind of make the math simple. Let's just say $30,000. Your first installment is $10,000 to pay your contractors. That's to get started, get materials, and get the first leg of the project done. You have to put up the $10,000 initially. And then what'll happen is you go to your hard money lender and you say, listen, I put up the $10,000, my contractors have finished A, B, and C, and they're gonna make you do a whole list before you start the flip, okay? We call that a scope of work. So that you gotta do a whole scope of work, and they're gonna do all of this stuff before you even start the flip, before you even get the loan. They're gonna do this scope of work, right? You take the $10,000, put it down towards the renovations of the house. Then you go to your hard money lender and you say, look, I'm done with this part. They're gonna come out and do an inspection. Once they inspect and say, yes, you've done A, B, and C that was on your scope of work, they're gonna give you that $10,000 back that you spent out originally out of your own money, okay? So then you take the second part. You do your second part of the work, which is now we're at $20,000, right? They're gonna come out again, like once you get all that stuff done and you say, listen, I'm done with that, they're gonna come out and they're gonna inspect again. They'll say, okay, you did, you know, everything that was on the scope of work for part B of your flip, here's that $10,000 back again, okay? Then the last part, you finish up the flip, you finish up with your contractors, the whole project should be completely done and ready to sell at that point, right? Then your hard money lender will come back to you again and they'll say, okay, your project is done, you're finished, here's your final $10,000, right? So in this, essentially, you never really spent your $10,000 because they gave you the money back. Okay, you did have to put it up front, so you did have to have it on hand, but they gave it back to you, so you never really had to spend your own money, all right? So now, you have your $10,000 back in your hand. Only thing you've got invested in this property is $25,000 that you put down, plus your holding costs. So holding costs is every month that you have that property, you gotta pay the mortgage on it, because it is a regular loan, you know? Every month you got to pay the utilities. You got to pay the water, the gas, the electric. You got to pay the landscaping. So those are holding costs that you'll have to pay while you're holding the project, right? And so really, I mean, it's not that much. I'll do a full breakdown, and you can look on my YouTube channel and get a full breakdown of everything. But it's not that much. I mean, you can flip a house, you know, probably, I'd say a house the size of the one that we're doing now, you can do that house about maybe, if you were buying it with a hard money lender, you could probably flip that house 50 grand all in. You know, that's, you know, 50,000 total. But that's if you could get it for the price that I got it for, which I bought that house in 2018. Now, 2023, it's harder to get houses at $100,000. You're pretty much not gonna find a $100,000 house. So let's say that house is now 250,000 or 150,000. Well, you still got to put down the 25% of that. And so when people ask me all the time, well, man, how do you get started, or what do you need? That's what you need. You need a business, a LLC, and you need a decent credit score, which is, you know, again, decent being 600 to 620. Most hard money lenders are looking for 600 to 620 credit scores. And you need the funds. That's the biggest thing, is you need the funds. You know, after that, you can get funded from any hard money lender. Just about any hard money lender will fund you after you have those criteria in place. All right, so with that being said, we'll talk a little bit more about that later, but we're gonna go into Home Depot and purchase our mailbox and a few, I need a step ladder and a few other things that we need for this flip. All right, stick and stay. All right, guys, we're gonna go into Home Depot right now and pick up a few things that we need for this flip. Come on in. That's my guy right there. What's happening?
What's going on?
I got my videographer here, man. We're doing the.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Awesome, man. Hey, man, I was on your live. I don't know if it came up, but you was just getting ready to close out. I saw you yesterday. Great job.
Yeah.
Man.
We're finishing up. That's what we're recording for right now.
Awesome,
Yeah.
awesome, man. So, what brings you in today?
Today I need a mailbox and I need a step ladder.
A mailbox and a step ladder.
Yeah, I've already got the post. So you mind helping me out a little bit?
Yeah. Let me show you what they got.
This is Isaiah, by the way, my videographer.
Nice to meet you, man.
Nice to meet you, brother.
Yes, sir.
So,
Absolutely.
So he's getting ready to get his first flip too, man.
Okay, yeah, man. I'm ready to go in, man. That's the top of the year. I'm ready to go in. Just listen out for my phone call.
All right, I was just here yesterday. Well, we're right here by the ladder. We grab that one. Right.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so I need a step ladder.
My favorite kind is the Gorillas.
Yeah, the Gorillas, yes. But I want the one with the thing on top where I can sit stuff in and work.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, definitely Gorilla step ladder. I think they're on the impact now. I gave mine to my son. He just bought a house.
Okay.
And so I had one of the yellow ones here, and I gave it to him.
Okay.
So this is the exact one I want.
Yeah, man. I'm partial to the Gorilla ladders because I'm an alpha man.
Oh, okay.
And, you know,
Okay.
that's
There
our
you
mascot.
go. There you go.
So, and they use
Right.
the colors too. So.
And black and yellow's my colors too.
Yeah, man.
That's
Yes,
my
sir.
colors.
You know
That's
it, brother. You know it. But this is what you
Is this the
want.
one that has the flip? It does have the flip out. They updated them. It used to have a different kind of flip out, but I think they upgraded and made it a little bigger, made this box bigger. So that's cool. I'll take
I
that.
got that one, and then you need a mailbox, right?
Yeah, I need that and the mailbox.
Okay. Let's see here. Chess, you on Facebook too?
I am, but
But
I
you
don't
do more
a lot of stuff
Instagram,
on
right?
Facebook. Yeah, mostly Instagram and a TikTok, but yeah, Facebook is where.
I can tell you come here a
All
lot.
the time.
Oh man, this is our guy, man.
Oh, yeah?
I've been knowing him. I've been here 3 years. I've
Uh-huh.
been knowing him 3 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I started in 2019. Started
Yeah.
flipping in 2019. Yeah.
Yeah,
So right
yeah.
here. And my mom lives up the street from here. So
Oh, okay.
I come in here to get stuff for her house. So what I bought the post already.
Okay.
Just a single post. And I think I want a white mailbox, so I think I want to go with this one right here.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that'll be cool.
Okay. So, question, Chess. I
Yeah.
mean, you know, guys like myself,
Yeah.
we are big fans of your work that you got going on.
Thank you.
You've been such an asset
Thank
to
you.
not only
Thank you.
myself but others that follow you.
Thank
What was the first thing would you tell a young house
Inspiring.
flipper
Yeah.
that to do things that you have done?
Right, right.
What would be the first thing to tell them?
The first thing-
in terms of getting that first property.
Right, exactly. So what I always tell people, the first thing to do is study. and
Okay.
learn the trade of flipping, right?
Mhm.
Learn the language of real estate. So learn what the mistakes are. You know, there's so many people out here that flip houses. Also, you got to have the right information, because there's a lot of people out here that will tell you to buy my course, buy my book, buy my, you know, whatever their program is.
$5 program.
You have 5,000, 3,000. You don't need any of that. You don't need any program. You have YouTube University, and I always endorse one person on YouTube, Real Motivation.
Awesome, man.
Real
Awesome.
Motivation is just, that's my guy. That's the guy that I watched for 2 years. I spent 2 years watching YouTube, looking at Real Motivation's content.
Okay.
And I watched everything he did, and then when I was finally ready with my funds, which you do have to have a little bit of funds too, right?
Right, right.
So once you're ready with your funds to go in, call up a real estate agent. You know, start looking on Zillow, Redfin, Trulia, and you know, those house sites.
Okay.
And start finding houses in certain zip codes where you want to flip a house.
Awesome, man.
That was what I did. That's
Awesome,
the main
man.
thing I
Thank
did.
you so
Yeah,
much,
yeah,
man,
yeah.
for what
So-
you do to us, man.
Yeah, man. I appreciate
Absolutely,
you,
man.
man. You've been helping me every time I come in here, man. You're so helpful.
Thank you, brother. Thank you,
Yeah,
man.
lead me to the right direction, man. So I appreciate you and for watching
Right.
the content too.
Right. Absolutely.
All of the
Appreciate it. Thank you.
you want to keep all of the funds when you spend from Home Depot and places like that. You want to keep all the funds coming out of one account. You know, so you want to have that one main business account that you're buying everything through, so that way, if you need to bring stuff back or you need to do whatever, you can bring it back to. You go right to that account. You don't have to say, "Oh, what car did I buy? What car did I buy?" You just know everything comes out of this one account. For me, I use Chess Homes Realty because that's the account everything comes out of. All right, so we got our ladder, we got our mailbox, we are rocking and rolling, and now we can complete our flip. So let's stick and stay. Don't go away. I was telling Robert, this flip is going to allow me to purchase my Lambo.
Oh, nice.
Exactly. So that's why I'm flipping. I want to buy another 10 unit next year, or maybe a 20 unit next year. So my goal is I'm really going to focus on getting probably a 20 unit in 2024.
Now that's like an apartment complex.
It's an apartment complex, yeah. And that'll be my only purchase. Like I plan on doing one real estate transaction next year, and that's a 20 unit multifamily. That's all I plan on doing next year for real estate. And if I have to flip another house, I've got 4 more houses left, and I'll just probably flip one of those. I got one house that nobody's living in. I was just using it for storing my cars.
I saw that.
Yeah. I was just using it to store my cars. But when we purchased our house, the one you came to, in January, I was able to bring all of my cars to that house. And I'll be able, so we're also gonna renovate my garage and add on to my parking. You saw how much parking I got. So we're gonna open up that whole thing for parking, and I'm gonna be able to fit the Lambo, the AMG, and the 370Z inside of the garage. So I've got all this parking that I need at my own personal house now. So I might sell that other house and use more funds to buy the 20 unit multifamily. And then I still got tenants in 3 other houses. So, but they're paying their rent on time. Everything's going smooth with that. So, but that's real estate. All of this stuff started in 2019.
Yeah, not that long ago.
Not that long ago. Like I bought the house I'm flipping now. That was my first investment property. And I bought that house in 2018. But all of the other houses that I bought and all of apartment buildings, all of that stuff was bought between 2019 and 2022. So within 3 short years, you know. But it came from making the right decisions and also taking on partners. That was another thing I did was, so my story is, I flipped my first house, I made $11,000. I thought I was gonna make 33, that didn't end up not happening. So don't be disappointed if you don't make what you intend to make on your first one, but you're more than likely definitely gonna make money. You know, you're not gonna lose, right? So I made 11,000. So I had the original 25,000 that I put down plus the 11,000. I took that and I bought another house for 99,000. So I put down on that, I can't remember what I put down, but It was like 20-25%, right? And then I flipped that one and I made $78,000 on that house. So 78,000 plus the 25 plus the 11, I had over $100,000 to invest in real estate. Third house, I made 36,000 on that one. So I had all of those funds, and then I took on a partner. And from there, the partner, the agreement was they would pay half of everything. So they would put down half of the down payment to buy the next flip. They would pay half of the bills, and we would split the profits half. And that's what we did. So even with doing that, I think I made 40,000. He made 40,000 on that next property. And with the money that I had left over, I went and bought my first 7-unit multifamily. That was in 2021. I bought that 7-unit, held on to it for 1 year. No renovations, I didn't fix up any units. I didn't do anything. All I did was bought it. And 1 year later, I bought it for $343,000. 1 year later, I sold that one for $500,000, somewhere around there.
Wow.
And made over 200 grand.
Now, did you have to buy it out cash, or did you like?
No. I got that one with a regular bank.
Okay.
That one's what. So here's what you want to do when you're buying multifamilies that you're not fixing up and renovating. You can go to your local credit union, and most of the time, your credit union will finance those deals. Now, keep in mind, I already had my business established, and I had already flipped like 4 or 5 houses before I bought that one. So in flipping those houses, I was able to tell the credit union, look, I've got experience in real estate. But I don't even think they really cared about that. All they cared about was, did I have the 20 to 25% down, and did I have the credit score? And again, the name of the company had the word realty in it. So they funded that deal with no problem. I bought that deal $343,000 with a 4% interest rate. You can't even get 4% nowadays, you know. 1 year later, sold that for sold it for $500,000, and made over $200,000. And within that same time frame, I bought a 4-unit and I bought a 6-unit, and here we are today.
Now, to find those multi-unit homes, it's nothing crazy, right? You just use Zillow, Redfin.
Yeah, you just use Zillow. All of my deals pretty much came from on what we call on-market deals. None of them were off-market deals. Off-market means somebody calls you and tell you this deal's available. You got some inside source to find this deal. Some real estate, investors. Like, once you get into the game of real estate, you'll have people that will call you and say, look, man, this deal just came up. You're going to get emails every single day about different deals that come up. You have to know how to cipher through those deals to find out which deals are correct. Because everybody will tell you, oh man, this is going to be an easy flip. It's $150,000. You only going to have to put $10,000 in it, but you're going to make $500,000. Everybody's going to say that. It's always wrong. It's never, ever right. When you start getting those emails and you start seeing those posts saying, man, this is an incredible deal, you have to do your own due diligence and research to find out exactly, how much you can pay for that house. I did a video on that. Excuse me. And also, how much it's going to cost you to renovate the house. And the most important thing is you're going to need to find out how much it'll resell for. So you're going to need a real estate agent on your team too, to give you that data too, to tell you, okay, they pull what we call comps. Comps is like comparable houses that sold in the area. And you're going to need a real estate agent, because I'm not an agent. I have to use real estate agents to tell me what these houses are worth. So when I got ready to flip this one, I called up my agent and I said, hey, we got a house that just sold down the street. Well, I already knew, because I know how to do comps. But I already knew what she was going to tell me, or she confirmed what I already knew. Basically was, all right, this house is going to resell somewhere around this price point, So I kind of already knew that information when I went in and started flipping it. But that's the data you're going to have to know. And that's why I said it takes time to learn this stuff. Watch my YouTube videos, watch Will Motivation, watch Flipping Mastery with Jerry Norton. because all these guys are the guys that are doing this stuff, you know, and they have tons and tons of content out there. The great thing about my content, even though I don't get the most watch time like Will does and Jerry Norton does and all of them, but the great thing about my content is that I started on my first flip. I started my YouTube channel with my first flip. So you can literally watch my journey from beginning to end in every single house and every single move that I've made from the beginning of my journey. You know, I didn't already have a Lambo sitting in the garage. I didn't already have a big giant house. I didn't already have that stuff. I was living in pretty much a townhouse before I started this. Now, it was a nice townhouse in a great area of town, but it was a townhouse. It was a very, very small townhouse. And from there, flipping and owning multiple businesses has allowed me to do some of the things that you kind of see that's going on now. This is what you want to see when you drive into your neighborhood. You know, you want to see that people are keeping up their houses, that their houses are nice and, you know, kept up and not run down houses. You know, regular working class people.
It looks like they're doing a lot of renovation.
Right, yeah, a lot of people are, you know, renovating and flipping these houses. Because again, most of these houses are from the 70s. And so, you know, they're just getting to a point where they're starting to renovate them. They're starting to fix them up. And so I think it's a great time. I think, you know, my sales point is going to increase the value for everybody around here, along with that house down 2 doors down from me that just sold. See, I don't mind working on my flips either. I get in and get dirty just a little bit too now. So I try to help out as much as I can. But again, my thing is electrical. I don't really know how to do the other stuff. Just 1 2 bags, no joke. Calling to do a kind of a tutoring kind of thing on it.
Gotcha.
Oh, sweet, yeah. Good. Yeah, that works. I'm gonna start in this bathroom.
So here's a good question for you. So how do you find a good contractor?
Oh, that is a great question. Great question. It's not easy. I'll be honest. It's not easy, and y'all gotta excuse me because I'm gonna keep working so we can get this project done while we're finishing. But it's not easy to find a good contractor. A lot of times it's hit and miss. I will tell you the way though that you can mitigate your risk against giving a contractor a deposit and then running off. The way to mitigate that is you tell your contractor, listen, I'm gonna get the appliances, not appliances, I'm gonna get the materials to the job site. You come and you simply install them, or you do the painting or whatever it is you're gonna do, and then I'll pay you after that's done. And that's how I work with all of my contractors. I never ever give a contractor money up front because you're just asking for somebody to run off with your money, right? So what I do is I say, look, whatever you give me the material list based on your walkthrough. We did an initial walkthrough in this house. I said, give me your material list. Let me know what you need. I'll go to Home Depot, Lowe's, wherever I need to go and pick up the items, and I'll get them here to the site. You be ready to work on a certain day, and once you finish that work, generally it takes them about a week or so before they are finished, you know, parts of that list that we compiled and put together. Once they finish A, B, and C job, then I pay them. So therefore, I'm not worried about any contractors running off on me. I can monitor them on the first, second day to see if they're doing a good job. If I don't like them, I simply pay them for, you know, a little bit of work that they did, and then I dismiss them, and I get, you know, the right contractor. But yeah, but to mitigate your risk in them running off with your money, you don't want to pay contractors up front. You want to get the materials to the work site, and then you pay them after they're done with A, B, and C from that list. A lot of people, a lot of money if they watch that part of the video. Notice what the contractors are doing. They're actually cleaning the floor, getting all the paint stains off the floor. Anything that we wasted on the floor, that they might have wasted on the floor, they're actually cleaning that up and getting that off. So kudos to them, because this is probably the first time I've ever dealt with contractors who have actually cleaned the floor after they left. Most of those guys would just take off, they leave your floor a mess. I mean, many flips I've done, I have been on the floor doing exactly what he's doing. So kudos to these guys for taking the extra time and the extra care to actually clean up the floor and clean up behind themselves. They're definitely my team from now on. They're the only guys I'm hiring from now on. So another thing about contractors, if you can find a contractor that doesn't mind fronting the work for you in advance, meaning he has cash on hand to front materials, parts, even labor, things like that. Not parts, that's cars. But if you can find a contractor that can front your labor and get his people paid, because most of these guys like to get paid by the day or every 2 or 3 days or so. So if you got somebody that is willing to wait for your hard money lenders or your funding source to come back and fund you, then that's even better. All right, so that's who you want to look for, is a contractor that can actually front the labor of his workers while the renovations are going on. That takes the pressure off of you to try to be getting them paid every 2 and 3 days. All right, that's another tip for you right here at Chess Hunters. See how this is gonna look. I might have to get him to touch up around here with the paint. You might even have to mud it a little bit and then do it. So it just really depends on what's going on after you remove stuff. It's got you. Ooh, see, this is what I'm saying. See, that wasn't even. There was no box or bracket up there.
Yeah.
See that? There's no box there. And that's what people do when they cut corners. Like, whoever installed this cut corners and didn't even put a box in there. So now I gotta call my contractor back and see. Let me do a FaceTime call. All right, this is flipping 101 right here. Like, I'm giving you the real game on flipping right here. So I removed this light fixture and there's no electrical box in there. So, and this is why extra costs come into play sometimes, because in order for him to put a box in here, he might have to cut. Hey Dad, look at this. When I remove this, this is the small bathroom. When I remove this, there's no box there. It's not attached to anything. It was just this.
You're going to either put wood or put a box.
Okay, you can do it though, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna need.
Hang up, because they're trying to call you.
Oh, okay, all right. It'd be a corner that they cut when they put that up there, new. And because they cut that corner, now I'm finding it and I gotta fix it and I'm gonna do it right. And it's gonna cost me more money.
Yeah.
See? But that's what you run into when you're flipping. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, this is Laura with the Reach for Home Depot. How you doing?
Good, how you doing this morning?
I'm doing good. I'm calling because I got here Mr. Gabriel, and the total is going to be $95.43.
Okay, so I'm doing a phone sale right now from Home Depot. My contractor's actually at the Home Depot. He's picking up stuff. I trust that he's picking up things for my job. So what I'm gonna do is a phone sale. I'll give them my credit card information over the phone, and then I don't have to be on site while they're picking up the materials that they need for this job. All right, so once again, another tip for flipping houses. This is how you do it. Be efficient, be effective. Stick and stay, don't go away. guys, so thank you for hanging out with me today. Chess Holmes right here with this flip. Stick and stay for part 2 because we're going to be doing a part 2 to this. In the next video, I'm going to show you the fully finished product, fully flipped, fully finished, and ready to be up on the market, if it's not up on the market when we do that video. But really appreciate you guys. Hopefully you got some tips. Leave some comments down below because I've given you a lot of free game and a lot of free information to start doing your own flips and flipping your own houses. And I just want you guys to be out there flipping houses in real estate, some form of fashion, and be successful at it. So again, I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much to my videographer, Isaiah, for hanging out with us today and getting all of this amazing content. And we're looking forward to him getting his first flip done as well. So again, I'm Chess Holmes. Follow me on Instagram, Chess Holmes Unlimited, right here on YouTube, TikTok, all of the social medias, Chess Holmes. Stick and stay. You already know what I'm getting ready to say.